Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Hey, Alex, what you want? Where are you? Hey, son. You gotta make a move.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Hey, come on.
Jackson now on second and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in.
I like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
On third down, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They run the option here on first and 10. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. Third and 7 now.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their own 18. The slot man in motion right. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good position to be in here, second and inches. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So first and 10 now from the 30. On play action, Prescott. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
At the 22-yard line.
Second down, Prescott. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Prescott now. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
46. Under.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Pressure comes and down he goes. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Cowboys nothing.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. There he goes, left side. He's got a full head of steam on his horse. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. 96 yards. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return. The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
There we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It got his man complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 88 yards. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it, Justice Hill. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Real quick.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Now 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Pollard gets it off the option. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing. Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. And so close. He gets it to the run. Out of bounds right there. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Pollard will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. 3rd and 4. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Now the pitch comes to Edwards. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Flushed out right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Being chased out left. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Jackson. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman on the touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will ball his way in there for the 2 points.
Ravens 29, Cowboys 16.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why?
Looking to throw. Prescott. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Prescott. He finds his man, Pollard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Cowboys 16.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On third down, it's Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
Fourth down, Prescott. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Got his target. That's Kohler.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs and say, roads closed.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Prescott now on 2nd down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Credit that sack to Travis Jones.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Took a heck of a chance there, didn't he? Result-based business, we know that. That result was positive for him. But, oh my goodness, how close was that to being negative?
Well, because you're essentially in the shadow of your own end zone there to go for. I get it if it's late 4th quarter. Well, it paid off. I guess the end justifies the means, right?
It certainly does. Had to be more than a gut feeling there. Had to be just total confidence they would pick it up.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. They'll run with Pollard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Now here's Pollard. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
Fighting his way through, breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
This is Edwards. Pushes him over. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try.
35. Cowboys 16. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
A 4-yard loss. Makes it 3rd down and 5.
Prescott down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And now they're in the hurry up.
21 yards. That's good.
A first down throw for Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration is settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
That's going deep for Bateman. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
13.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up.
Since the basement making items over seasons with the man in black is teasing with my patterns. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. I'ma keep it moving till I be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explore this war before I go. And that's some hours in my bench way. Now it's like work for 10K all cause it is 10 gamers. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I stepped on stage, they be like, see the crowd going air, they be like, so I stepped on stage, they be like, ooh yeah, see the crowd go Zulu lions taught to seek dangers, brave and defiance, boy, the Lord was doing favors, blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few, lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehavior, flavors, still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers, still don't give a about who be the latest, can't be locked up in them cages, start living up to what the you think a day is. But hey, what about it? So I stepped on stage to be like